At the very beginning, the woman suddenly jolts awake from the cold, hard floor, gasping for air. When her eyes fall on the calendar hanging on the wall marked 2008, a look of overwhelming shock flashes across her face. She has been reborn and sent back 10 years into the past. In the living room, her father is happily having dinner with the rest of the family. When he sees her come out, he doesn't even bother to look up. In a cold, indifferent tone, he delivers what sounds like a sentence already decided. The school has already processed your suspension. Tomorrow, you'll report to the screw factory in the western suburbs. Hearing such blatant favoritism, her heart turns completely cold. In her previous life, she had been too obedient. She had accepted her fate and gone to that dark, suffocating factory. Not only did it ruin her future, but she also suffered endless humiliation. But this time, she refuses to repeat the same mistakes. But the moment she returns to her room, she packs her luggage as fast as possible. This time, she will escape this parasitic family and go to the provincial capital to find her grandmother. She will use education to rewrite her tragic destiny. The next morning, she boards an old green train alone, carrying her luggage toward the provincial capital. As she struggles to find a seat, a figure suddenly enters her line of sight. A man who makes her heart skip in fear. In her previous life, he had been the notorious troublemaker of the province's top high school, a delinquent known for bullying others in countless ways. Her body stiffens instantly. She turns to leave. But suddenly, the train jolts violently. She loses her balance and stumbles forward, falling straight into his arms. The man lowers his gaze, a playful, dangerous smirk forming at the corner of his lips. She jumps away as if electrocuted, her face flushed red. Hiding in the corner of the carriage, she silently prays. As long as they get off this train, their lives will never cross again. After arriving, the one who comes to pick her up is her uncle. Excited to welcome her, he takes her to eat hot pot as a celebration. But halfway there, he receives an urgent phone call and has to leave immediately, leaving her alone on an unfamiliar street. As she looks around helplessly, several street thugs notice her and corner her in a dead-end alley. Just when she has nowhere to turn, the man appears like a guardian descending from the sky. Without hesitation, he throws himself into a fight to protect her. Seeing the police about to arrive, the woman panics. Instinctively, she grabs his wrist and pulls him as they run through the narrow alleys together. When they finally stop in a safe place, softly she says, "You should try to stay out of fights." The man freezes slightly. Watching her leaving figure, a tenderness he has never felt before flickers in his eyes. After winding through several narrow streets, the woman finally arrives at her grandmother's medical clinic. Seeing her grandmother, the one she never got to see for the last time in her previous life, she rushes into her arms with tears streaming down her face. Silently, she makes a vow. In this life, she will get into the best medical university in the country and completely escape the swamp of her original family. Because of her outstanding academic performance, the best high school in the provincial capital immediately accepts her. On the first day of school, her homeroom teacher proudly introduces her to the most competitive elite class in the entire school. She calmly finishes her self-introduction and walks to an empty seat in the back of the classroom. Looking at the empty desk beside her, she wonders what kind of person her deskmate will be. At that moment, the classroom door is suddenly pushed open. Why is it him again? Terrified, she immediately grabs a textbook and hides her face behind it, praying he won't recognize her. But of course, he walks straight to her side, pulls out the chair, and sits down. A few days later, the school holds a placement exam. The man turns his head and arrogantly demands that she let him copy her answers during the test. Wanting a peaceful school life, she gathers her courage and proposes a condition. "You can copy, but you're not allowed to bully me anymore." He raises an eyebrow, a mischievous smile appearing again, and agrees without hesitation. When the results are announced, she takes first place in the entire school without any surprise. At the ranking board, she runs into the school's top male student, the campus heartthrob who had always been number one, but is now ranked second. While discussing exam mistakes, they quickly find common ground. He even invites her to lunch at the cafeteria. As they sit together chatting over lunch, gossip suddenly spreads nearby. Her deskmate is apparently bullying students in the back alley of the school. They say he has been extorting money from a poor student. After hearing this, she rushes to the alley behind the school. There, she sees the man demanding money from the student. The scene immediately brings back memories of how she was bullied by him in her previous life. What she doesn't know is this. The poor student had actually stolen money from the school. The reason the man played the villain and demanded the money in public was simply his own way of delivering justice. But the girl misunderstands him. This cruel twist of fate and tragic misunderstanding will once again push their intertwined destinies toward an unknown future.